So, the spoilers are out for My Hero Academia Manga Chapter 368, and I'm a little bit late on the ball, so let's just dive right into the spoilers and see what's going on with this chapter, because there's a lot going on with this chapter. So, for starters, the chapter begins with All For One saying that Shigaraki is no more because they fused, and somehow, probably because he's lived for a longer time, All For One's original personality remains stronger. I don't know what you plan on doing, but everything will go as I planned. So, we're starting off with a little bit of confirmation of what's going on with Shigaraki, and that Shigaraki has been left behind, but that this new individual takes on more of All For One's personality, but it is not saying that this individual is All For One, and that makes a lot more sense from what we've seen with the story. Yes, All For One's personality seems to be stronger, but we still see that there are still some essences of Tomura Shigaraki in this new individual. And as we see later on in the text spoilers, Mirio intervenes, saying that Tomura All For One reacted very strangely to something he said, as if he had been possessed by an angry child. This is why he thinks that it's not a perfect fusion and that they're unstable. That same moment, Nana looks at Kotaro on Tomura All For One's arm, and they lock eyes. She then confirms that Shigaraki is still inside. Tomura All For One jumps, and this simple movement makes the flying UA quake. He says that their talk is over because now he's going to steal One For All. So from here, we're getting even more confirmation that the individual that is inside of Tomura All For One, inside of Shigaraki, is actually a version of Tomura, and now the heroes know this to be most likely the case, so now we're going to be seeing more interactions and more action between Deku going up against this new version of Tomura All For One, especially with what we get with the next few panels. Because from the text spoilers, Tomura All For One hits Deku with a smash, and the ground around them is destroyed, but Deku seems unaffected. He says that he won't let everything go the way All For One wants, and ties up one of his arms with a combo of Fajin and Black Whip, which he calls Black Chain. He uses the chain to throw Tomura All For One, but he quickly breaks free, saying that even if it's a stronger version, he won't fall for the same trick twice. This is when the second user apparently behind Deku is saying that if he's going to use his quirk, he needs to end this quickly. If he doesn't defeat Tomura All For One in 5 minutes, the world is doomed. Deku then assumes a posture in which he holds his own right arm or right hand and says, "The seconds transmission." In the next second, Tomura All For One is hit seemingly out of nowhere. So here's something very interesting. From what we're getting with the spoilers, we're going to be finally introduced to the second user's move, which is going to be called transmission, and we get a better explanation for what it is within the next few pages of text spoilers, but I think that this is not going to be something that we are going to get from the spoilers itself. We need the actual translation to understand what the second's quirk ability is, and we're most likely going to get hints of it in the spoilers right now. Because from the next line of text spoilers, Tomura All For One is thrown upwards faster than the sound of the impact, as noticed by Mirio. He's very confused and doesn't understand where the attack came from. He realizes that it was much stronger than the energy that covered his body before, so he thinks, no, it can't be. Deku, who's now standing next to Tomura All For One, goes for a sequence of 3 blows. Second, third, top. The second user says that it's much stronger than at the time he used it, but that it's a quirk that changes the speed of the target he hits. So this is very interesting from what we're getting with the spoilers. It is revealed what the second user's quirk is, and from what we get in the spoilers, apparently it's called transmission, and for the most part what it does is change the speed of the target that it hits. Either what this means is that it's able to change the speed of Tomura All For One, or it's able to change the speeds of the attacks that are being delivered. I do not know necessarily which one is more accurate, but it's very cool that we're finally getting the second user's quirk revealed in this moment. Because we're getting to the last part of the text spoilers, which says that Deku appears behind All For One and prepares to strike the last blow at overdrive speed. The second closes his speed by saying that the current Izuku Midoriya is able to use 120%. Yoichi comes out saying, "Brother, let's call it a day," as Deku hits a Detroit smash. End of chapter. So yeah, that's pretty much all the spoilers that we have for this week of My Hero Academia manga chapter 368. And just in case I didn't say what the title of this chapter was, it is Roaring One for All. So from what we've seen, we're going to be having a heavy focus on the fight between Deku and Shigaraki, while also explaining what the second user's quirk is. And we're going to get more in depth into this when the actual review comes out or when the actual translations come out, but there's a lot to say, and I'm just going to leave it at this and ask you, what did you think of the spoilers? Did you like them? Did you dislike them? And what do you think that this chapter is going to be about? And are you hyped for the reveal of the fact that we now know the second user's quirk? Leave your thoughts down in the comments down below, leave a like on the video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Do all that cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye!